Episode 4 of our Rebounders Club podcast. It's a recharge club looking to support both basketball programs here at Fordham as much as possible. The connection between the teams, coaches, and fan base can always be stronger. The goal, make that connection even better. Fordham women's basketball just had head coach Stephanie Gately on, so what a better look than two of the players. Sophomores, Kaitlyn Downey, Jonassen. Guys, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Thanks
no
for having
problem.
us.
Yeah, thank you.
So far, sophomore season, how's it been so far?
It's great. We had a rocky start to begin the season. I don't think we were expecting that, but I think we really understand what it takes to win games, and just coming out of the last 5 of the 6 games with a W in our column, I think was really important for us.
Yeah, just going off of Kaitlyn, I think losing 2 key players last year, Lauren Holden and Mary Golding, that was definitely a big adjustment. And being a young team, we had to face adversity, and we're used to doing that, so I think that came in handy. But overall, I think we're doing well. I think as we continue to practice and play and compete against other teams, we're kind of getting more into the groove, and our chemistry is just, getting better.
You both won the A-10 as freshmen last year. Was there a certain point where it registered after the season, like, wow, what we've just been through?
Yeah, I think as Coach Gately touched on earlier, we might have been a little spoiled being freshmen and winning an A-10 title. I think, Mary and Ella took them to their senior year to finally capitalize on that opportunity, and we were able to get that as a freshman. But as Coach said, it didn't come easy. It was a long battle, and especially as freshmen, there's lots of ups and downs along the season. But in order for us to get there, we had to go through all of that, and I think we were just super appreciative to be in that moment and have that team to get there.
Meg, any lessons you learned from your first season, going through all those battles and eventually winning the war?
Yeah, I think just paying attention to detail, focusing on that's a huge key factor on our team. But, just working hard, it'll pay off in the long run, and trusting the process is really a good motto to live by.
So just reflecting back for both of you, since you're still early in your college careers, what was the distinguishing factor about Fordham that made it so attractive as opposed to other schools you could have gone to?
I found that going to Fordham, I wanted to stay close to home, and maybe 20 minutes close to home was a little too close, but that was definitely an important aspect for me. And also just being having a strong academic basis. The basketball stopped dribbling at one point, and just having a good academic background at Fordham University, being in the Gabelli School of Business, was really important for me.
Yeah, going off of Kaitlyn, I'm about 2 hours away from home, so it was important for my parents to be able to come to the game. But also just visiting, it's such the culture here and the family or atmosphere that you immediately get from the coaches and the team. It definitely makes the program stand out from others.
You guys both seem to be close. So when you're not on the floor, what are you guys doing? What's the hobby?
I think one thing our room likes to do in general is we're big bakers. We're always cooking something up during the week, whether it be a cake or some fancy chocolate-covered strawberries. There's something always going down and where we're cooking something up.
Yeah, going off of that, we like to watch movies, so we'll head over to the film room with a Ben & Jerry's carton of ice cream, or during the spring when it's warm out, we like to play spike ball and eddies. So.
Who's the best baker in the apartment?
Kat Palzano might say she is, but I've been told I make a pretty good chocolate cake, so I don't know. I think we all have our good touches, but I would say I'm a pretty good baker.
Meg, any defense to that?
I think Kaitlyn's the most consistent baker. So I think, I think I have to agree with her.
Okay, consistency is key. So outside of that, in the classroom, what's the major? What are you guys studying here at Fordham?
I'm studying business administration with a concentration in marketing and a secondary concentration in sports business.
Did you know that was something you wanted to major in going into college? Was there an interest in high school?
I was always in between 2 fields. I was either going to go the education route or stay in business and go with marketing. And I found I liked the management portion of that, so I was looking to combine marketing with, the outside area of management. So I try to combine those two.
And Meg, what about your focus?
I'm going to major in communications and minor in marketing. Still have to declare, but we're getting there. So,
is there any specific career you're aiming for once you graduate?
Well, I definitely know that I don't want to sit behind a desk all day or have to get dressed up. So I think just I want to work with the sports team definitely, and just like the marketing field, and just be involved with things like that.
So you mentioned how it was a little bit of a rocky start to this season. How do you feel those early challenges have molded this team so far?
I think it was really important for us to go through adversity in the beginning because it shows we can't get through anything alone. And just making sure our chemistry is together and we're going through these ups and downs together was really important. After our Penn State loss, I think it kind of hit home just because it was another loss, but it was important for us because we all stayed together throughout that entire game, and we saw that as a step in the right direction. And then going forward, we've been on a winning track for most of the part, and I think that's because we saw that we have to stay together, we have to listen to the details, and when we complete a whole defensive game, our offense will naturally come, but it's also all about the defense for us.
And from your perspective, how important is someone like Coach Kaitlyn in keeping the team together through some of those rough stretches?
We definitely would not be the team that we are without Coach Kaitlyn, along with the other coaches. The coaches definitely emphasize staying together, and they always say they're always with us too as well. But she's definitely the key part in us staying together, and just when we're all down, bringing it every day with the energy, even though we're going through adversity and going through tough spots. So, yeah.
Kaitlyn, take us through the game winner against Lehigh. Where does that stack up among your best career moments?
That was a pretty fun time. I wasn't expecting to be taking that shot, but originally I was setting up a flare screen for Bree, but it didn't look like there was anybody to really hit on it. So I said, let me at least space out for a possible 3-point shot, further enough away from the defense where I can get something off quick. And luckily, Anna hit me back with a little shuffle pass, and I was able to shoot it. Looking back at the film, is a lot deeper than I think I first realized, but it actually kind of flowed, and I was just hoping when that ball was in the air that it would go in.
So going off that three for the win came in the Bahamas. Meg, was that a team bonding experience for you guys, being able to go to a completely different place together outside the country?
Definitely. I think that, again, just progressing through the year, that's just another challenge that we face, being down with a couple seconds to go. And then just that really shows that staying together paid off. And after the buzzer went off, there was actually still time, but after Kaitlyn made that shot, everyone went crazy. And we definitely had to keep our composure because there was still very little time on the clock, but still time on the clock. So that was definitely an experience I think we'll all remember.
Outside of the games, what was the best part of the Bahamas for the team in terms of bonding?
I think the last day where we didn't have anything to do, we all just went on the beach and went on the water. And we were originally going to go for a boat tour, but the water was a little too shaky that day. But otherwise, it was just nice just being in the water and taking in the Bahamas sun, which we don't really get here in New York anymore.
So you look ahead to conference play. Any personal goals for you guys individually this year? You've been through one conference season. You've learned what it takes to really conquer an A-10 schedule. Any personal goals heading into the conference season?
I think one important thing for me is to stay consistent. I'm not looking at stats, points, or rebounds, but just being able to be a good person to have on the floor to just make sure everyone's staying together and we know what we're facing and how to rotate, and just being a defensive consistency for our team and being able to be that communicator on the floor.
Yeah, going off of that, I think just being positive energy for the team on the court and off the court, and also just owning my role of rebounding. I don't necessarily care how many points I score, but if I can get offensive rebounds for our team to get an extra possession, that's definitely important to me.
And if anything, what is Coach stressed as the key if you guys want to win another A-10 championship? Again, with that target on the back, after winning one, what do you need to do to repeat?
Just keep working. She says never be satisfied, and of course we're on the top now, so our target is definitely on our back. So it's hard getting to the top, but it's a lot harder staying there. So coaches reminds us every day that every day is a battle in practice, and for us to get better, we have to be able to challenge each other.
Yeah, just focusing on the details that not every team tends to focus on will separate us. And when there's a close game and talent comes down to it, we'll win the little battles and the details. So hopefully we'll be able to pull the W for that game.
Kaitlyn, Meg, thanks so much for taking the time today, and good luck with finals.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for
That's
having us.
Kaitlyn Downey, Meg Jonassen. Thanks for listening to episode 4 of the Rebounders Club podcast. There's so much more available at reboundersclub.com. Be sure to come out as the Rams take on Southern on Saturday afternoon and then into their conference season. Thanks for staying with us.